Well, hello there. What's up, dudes? Welcome to today's episode. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about 3 weapons in Battlefield 1 and explaining to you how you can best use these. These include the Russian 1895 sniper rifle, the P08 pistol, and the spotting flare gun. Let's go check these out. Each weapon has their time and place, and depending on your playstyle, the objective, and the current circumstances, one may play their role sooner than another. These 3 weapons do fall under the scout category, so instead of feeling the need to change your class entirely with this information, feel free to quickly switch out in one motion. For a more in-depth chart on these, be sure to check out simtech.com. If you'd like to see more videos with tips and facts about the guns in Battlefield 1, be sure to let us know in the comments. First up, the 1895 Russian sniper rifle. Personally, this is my favorite sniper rifle in Battlefield 1, at least at the moment. When factoring in your choice of guns, keep in mind that in Battlefield 1, each weapon has their sweet spot of distance away from a target in which they can perform a one-hit kill regardless of if it was a headshot or not. As it can be very difficult to dictate how far away an opponent is, a method you can train yourself with is to use the objective flags, as these will tell you how far away you are from them and thereby giving you a reference point. For the Russian 1895 sniper, the one-hit kill range will vary anywhere between 60 meters and 98 meters. Aside from this, as long as you are 81 meters or more away, you are guaranteed to do at least more than the minimum amount of damage. Also keep in mind that depending on the distance, you will be able to kill your opponent regardless with either 1 or 2 shots if from this same gun. However, it is a single shot gun, so each shot will require load time, which could be just enough time for your enemies to counter. Speaking of which, be sure that you find cover fire when reloading your next clip. 5 shots can come and go pretty quickly, especially if you consider the gun itself starts off with 5 bullets and an additional 35 bullets if you count the 10 armor-piercing bullets, which by the way also take longer to reload. The armor-piercing bullets can be used to kill enemies when in a tight spot, but primarily are used to either finish off opponent vehicles or hinder their fixing times, as each time you land a hit, the mechanic has to restart the timer. A prone position will offer less space that your enemy can hit, but also yields a more likely one-hit kill on your part if a shot lands as your head is exposed. Using this position is best when near tight curved surfaces, as you have just enough space to fire out, and the rock face above makes it harder for your enemy to identify the exact position of your head. When in a crouch position, the 1895 sniper can also be very effective with surfaces as your sights are stabilized. If standing, be sure to time holding your breath to pull off a clean shot. Standing can be difficult as you become more visible. The fire rate is 64 RPM, so although not the fastest shot compared to the M1903 experimental clocking in at 449 RPM, the Russian rifle still holds its ground compared to some of the other options, placing itself about in the middle for speed. Last note is, as there is bullet drop, be sure to factor in aiming higher the further off a target you are aiming for. The amount of arch will depend on the distance traveled. Using the Russian 1895 sniper rifle can also be very beneficial in the respects that you can use its scope to help you with spotting enemies. And using this scout class, especially with the sniper position, is very good for assisting your team from afar so that they can move in up close. So spotting enemies that may be nearby other teammates as they try to infiltrate and take over positions can be very key into transitioning the tides of battle. Equipping a bayonet to the Russian 1895 sniper rifle can also be very effective, as this is a one-hit kill if you do land a direct blow with your enemy. Hitting your enemy, though, that is a different story, and the hitboxes on this is very, very specific, so you could often find yourself getting frustrated where you run in front of an enemy feeling like you grazed their body but not actually stabbing them officially. So you got to be very careful when you do this. It does wear you out and your stamina when you try to do this as well, so you are more exposed against an enemy. If you want to try and run away and find some cover fire, you will not be able to do so after you've exhausted this stamina. Next up is the P08 pistol. As a fire rate of 299 RPM and a magazine size of 9 bullets, this gun will provide a much quicker return in hits compared to the Russian 1895 sniper rifle. However, on the lowest end, expect at least 4 of those 9 bullets to hit and be able to kill your opponent, and on the high end, as many as 7. Anyone 29 meters away or more will be the hardest to hit and require the most damage. Typically, you will want to switch to your pistol as either a last resort due to your primary gun either not being in an appropriate range or because of it running out of bullets. Having this pistol out will also allow you to pull out your melee weapon pretty easily. However, you won't be doing a bayonet charge if you were planning to. If you find yourself close enough to an enemy with this gun, try to fire off as many shots as quickly as you can. For medium range, headshots are possible but still pretty difficult. If you plan on sniping with this gun, don't plan on getting many kills that round. Last up is the spotting flare gun. As the name implies, this is great as you not only lay down a marker for everyone to see, either as a goal or a distraction, but you are also able to make all the nearby enemies appear on your map, exposing their position. A fun side fact many tend to find out when it is too late is that the flare gun can also be used to catch your enemies on fire. Either hit them directly or be lucky enough that they run over one and you may be singing over an open fire soon enough. That's it for this video, guys. Did these tips help improve your game? Tell us how or what happened in a match in the comments, and we will see you guys later.